Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is the 7th day of our pursuing of the Moogle Treasure Trove, the Hunt for Allegory event held in July 2025. It started on the 8th at 6 p.m. AET and will end whenever patch 7.3 drops. So, as you can see, Sri has made it back to her main story quests, and we're now heading more into that. But today is all about the Moogle Treasure Trove hunt. So let's go into duty, into collection. If you already have your Mogpendium, this is where you'll find it. If you don't have your Mogpendium, visit one of the little Moogles with this symbol over their heads. Let me just drag that down so you can see it better. Come here. This symbol will be over his head. Go and talk to him, and he will take you through the getting of your Mogpendium. Alright, as you can see, I have 78 tomestones of Allegory, and that does mean that yes, after an immensely long wait, I was able to complete the multimog challenge. The good news is that unlocking the Sil'dihn Subterrane actually counted toward that challenge, so that was good. If you need to find this for your Ultimog, let me just dig it up, and I will make sure I get the quest chain name right, and then we'll zippity-doo-dah over to the starting point. Okay, what it is you are unlocking variable dungeons in FFXIV. Okay, the first criterion for unlocking this particular dungeon is that you must have completed Endwalker. The second criterion is that you must have reached Old Sharlayan, which if you've unlocked Endwalker, you would have done. So let us just teleport over to Old Sharlayan. I was crafting yesterday. It took me through about 250,000 gold to just gear my character to a point where I could craft at the level it's at. But that's a tale for another day. Old Sharlayan, let's go. Right. Okay, so here we are in the Old Sharlayan Aetheryte Plaza. We're really ignoring that quest at the moment. We probably shouldn't. It's probably a lot of fun, and I bet there's a story in there that I want to uncover, but it's not going to happen yet. So let me just go over. We are looking, the first thing you're looking for, okay, here we are, is this gentleman over here. Alright, so when you get here, there'll be a whole bunch of things to do, and you'll be wanting to speak to, well, I guess we want to speak to Osmon today, but not until I've gone through the first part. In order to unlock the Sil'dihn, you need to complete Endwalker, you need to get to Old Sharlayan, and you need to talk to Osmon. This is Osmon. He will give you a side quest at level 90 called an odd job. Once you've finished his odd job quest, you want to go and talk to this young lady over here, Shello Moore. And she will give you a series of quests. So far she's given us the quest, A Key to the Past. And a Key to the Past is the one that unlocks the quest that we want for our Mogpendium. Okay, so you want to complete A Key to the Past in order to unlock the Ultimog challenge quest activity, Sil'dihn Subterrane. When you've unlocked that, unlocking it will involve going through it. Now, I waited an obscenely long time yesterday from about 4:30 through to about 1:30. And I did a whole bunch of other stuff, and you will have seen that in the last 6 episodes where I was filling in time while waiting for this dungeon to pop. Once it did pop, once the afternoon came Australian time, so from about 1:30 onwards to about 5:30, 6:30 at night, it actually came up with a lot of regularity. It did help that when it got to about 3 people out of 4, I was able to talk to my free company, and I said to them, guys, we're at 3 out of 4 if anyone's interested. And there's usually 1 or 2 who wanted to get the Ultimog, so they would come and join us at that point because they're fairly busy. So we were able to run this 6 times And there's usually anywhere between, at that time of day, between a 5-minute to a half-hour wait, and that was running a healer. So also I think you might have more fun if you run DPS. Looked like they did a lot more. I don't know about your tanking classes, but I know that the DPS were really instrumental in helping it get through that. There are also little abilities that you can unlock. My advice would be for at least 2 of you to have the resurrect ability apart from the healer, or in case you don't have a healer running with you, there's a resurrect ability to go with that Sil'dihn Subterrane. Actually, I'll pull it up so you can see it in the duty finder, VNC duty finder. It's a whole different thing. You cannot run this duty finder at the same time as you run the normal duty finder, so be aware of that. But you have variant actions that you can select. So when I'm running my healer, the advice I got from someone who noticed I was running things I couldn't use was variant Rampart is really good for keeping you alive. You can't run it in both windows. I did try, but you have to have a different one. So I took Spirit Darts just to give me a little bit of extra hitting power. But if you go to set actions, you can have variant raise, and that's very useful for a non-healer class to actually have tucked away. If they don't have that as one of their abilities, they can tuck that away and get their teammates up for some very hard fights in that dungeon. I haven't used variant ultimatum. If you don't have a tank in your party, that might be useful. There's also variant cure. So if you do end up not being with a healer, please maybe think about putting that one in as well. So you have 2 of these. You can have action 2 and action 1, and you get to choose. You have to choose a different one for each one. So let's cancel out of that. So yeah, so if you're doing the Sil'dihn Subterrane, my advice would be to have at least two other people apart from your healer with raise. And if you're a healer, staying alive is good, and being able to do more damage is good. But I'll leave the choice up to you. If you don't have a tank, you have the variant provoke ability. All right, so we did that. It was worth 70 tomestones, which I haven't spent because I thought you guys might like to spend them with me. Which means that we have done the Ultimog challenge, which that's for the entire event. You have the entire event to be able to unlock it and run it 6 times. If you're a free company, this probably would be a great activity for some of your players who are stuck at the top end of your of the playing thing. If you're before Endwalker, maybe help those guys level up. Mini-Mog challenges. You had a choice. Each week you're going to get a new Mini-Mog challenge. I might come back once a week with 3 so we can do these. I don't know. I'll think about it. Decide if you guys want to see that. Let me know in the comments. We had choice of society quests or fishing. I took the fishing. We managed to catch ourselves a lovely Chirurgian out near Bent Branch Meadows. I think I used, the bait I used might have been a versatile fly. Versatile lure. And I didn't have to use anything special to pull it in. Although I did use patience and those abilities associated with it, so that may have made it easier. Mind you, I am also got some pretty high level fishing gear, which also helped a lot. So make sure your gear is as high as you can get it, and that you're using all of the abilities that you can to help you fish if you're catching these challenge fish, or just go do some society quests. Any society quest 6 times. Weekly objectives, we haven't done this yet, so I was thinking we might see if we can get into a run for dead ends, but I'm not sure that's going to pop this early in the day. For me, it's about, well, if you look at the time up here, this is my local time, 5:13 a.m. I am starting late this morning. But Aorsian time, ET, 9:43 p.m, and the server time is 7:13 p.m, so we are splat all over the world, which is kind of good. How do you get these? The expanded time, you ask? I did go through it when I did set up with these guys. Expanded time, escape, character configuration, down to UI, user interface settings, general, no, HUD, my bad, HUD. So user interface, HUD. Go down here to display server info. Under here is clock type. When you start, the only clock you have up, I think, is your Eorzea time. It's the only one ticked. So make sure that your local time and your server time are ticked. And I like displaying. I have got the current world name displayed as well. You don't have to display that if you want to be a super secret squirrel. But anyway, there you go. So these are your options. But to get your clock up here, so you know what time it is for you, what time it is for Eorzea, and what time it is for the server, you can tick all of these boxes. I don't know why I've got server time up. It just makes me feel better, I guess. I think it's for when they have maintenance, actually. But there you go. That's how you set it up. All right. Now, we're going to go into Duty Finder, and we're going to see if we can get our weekly task done. Because what my theory was coming into this was that if I did all the tasks that had a time limit on them, particularly the ones that were going to take the most time, so your Ultimog, you've got the whole event to do it, but it's usually a complex task that you might need to unlock. I'm really glad I unlocked it on the first day, because if I'd been trying to do this toward the end of the treasure trove, I would have been under the pressure, and it wouldn't have been as much fun. Mini-mog challenges, they happen once a week. So this one's on the 15th, which means every Tuesday. Weekly objectives, ditto, every Tuesday. That's the one we're going to do. So basically, I'm just eliminating all of the time-limited objectives, because once we get to standard objectives, we can run these things as often as we like. And if I am anywhere near fishing time, we are going fishing. Looks like I've got about 45 minutes before it logs in, so I'll probably be doing that at the end of the episode. Maybe. Because that is worth 10 irregular tomestones of Allegory. Alrighty. Let's get to it. Let us log in for, what are we doing? The dead ends. Now, this one, every player has a different dungeon here, or a different activity here. So this character has the dead end as her weekly, but one of the characters I looked at earlier, Clea, had an entirely different activity. So you may have a different activity to your friends. Be nice to each other, help each other get through these. Team up and jump into Dungeon Finder as a party, and just do them together. Or if you don't have that, jump into Dungeon Finder, put a shout out in your local region, say help, and see who's willing to help you, because the community here is very nice, and someone else might need to do the same dungeon as well. There you go. Alright, I think I've waffled on far too long. Let's get into Duty Finder. I know it might wreck any cutscenes that are coming up. We're going to go into dungeons. We're looking for the dead ends, which is very nicely done here. Any duty in Duty Finder that you can do that will earn you tomestones is going to have a little Moogle head right next to it. And if you do those, or sign up for those, you may have a better chance of getting them run. Some of those dungeons are hard to get to, so this might be a very good time to do it. Also, if you're doing Tales of Wonder, Zoe's Tales of Wonder, if you've gotten to Idleshare and unlock that, some of these activities may help you with that too. Alrighty, dead ends. What am I joining it as? A paladin? I don't know if I want to join it as a paladin. Oh, I am so not good at... Okay, let's see if I can be more than a floor tank tonight. This morning, today, something, whatever time it is. Alrighty. So basically what I've done with my character, and I'm trying to do something different with Rosalor, is I have gone through, go to classes and jobs. I've basically ignored my crafting. Trust me, you don't want to do that. And I've also gone through and I've leveled one class. When I first started, I did all of the side quests also with that class, as well as the main story quests. Trust me, you don't need to do all of the side quests with the class that you're working on the main story with. And actually, they're better used in leveling up some of these. So now I'm working on my paladin as my next class, and I'm actually working on my monk. Because I'm going to try and get one of each job so that I can go back to Shadowbringers, and do the role job quests for these ones. I've done the one for White Mage. I think I did the one for Paladin. So, sorry, I've done the role quest for Healer. I've done the one for Tank. Now I need to do one for melee DPS, physical range DPS, and magical range DPS. So there is a different role quest for each of these when you get to Shadowbringer, and it would have been nice if I had had one of each already up there. So that's what I'm going to try and do with my other characters, I think. Disciple of the Hand, Disciple of the Land. I do regret not bringing these up because when you get to other areas, there are crafting things that you want to unlock, and you really need to have these on point. Gear is a bit of a problem with them, so I am finding that having waited, I can now unlock the places to buy the gear for them. Anyway, what's that got to do with Moogle Treasure Trove? Nothing. I am just now filling time. So two things we're going to do to fill time while we're waiting for Duty Finder, because that thing may never pop, is especially at this time of day. Alright, so I am in the Pacific, the Oceania servers, and most people are asleep or about to get up and go to work. So, what was I doing? We're going to also be looking at our challenge log, so we can fill in some time with that. So I did a little bit of work on that yesterday. We have Duty Roulette, which I did one of them with my free company. That's right. Complete 5 dungeons. The Sil'dihn, the variant dungeons don't count toward this. I've just noticed. Player commendations. Okay, and this is your Zoe's. Complete mark off 3 wondrous tales. We have until the 15th for that. I've got to remember to turn it in before then, otherwise she'll be going, ew, it's so dirty. I know, I've disappointed that girl every week since I've unlocked it. Alright, PvP. There are PvP activities for those of you who are into PvP. I need to actually learn how to do it, so I probably won't get those done. Fates, we can always do fates. Lev quests, we will be doing Lev quests. Crafting and gathering. I unlocked the lunar moon thing yesterday, so I have crafted a few things. Oh, and I was also looking at crafting collectibles, so that's that. So the reason I'm showing you this is because when you complete 5 challenges, you get 10 grand. When you complete 10, you get another 10 grand. When you complete 15, and so on and so forth. I think it stops at 30. So it's any of these, complete 30 of them, and you can earn yourself 50 grand, which is kind of nice. You can do that once a week. And they're not easy to finish. They take time, as I discovered when I tried to do them the night before they were due. Radio. I've only done it once. Let's talk to Osmon, because Osmon is going to help us unlock another variant dungeon. And I'm kind of curious about them now. And maybe there'll be more in this treasure trove that I need to do. So we're also going to look at unlocking some of the things that I haven't unlocked, or that I've come close to unlocking and I'm waiting on a dungeon run for. We'll see if any of those, actually one of them correlates, just one. But we'll see what happens when next week's challenge comes up. Alright. Sustari, how fare your adventures? You wouldn't happen to have any you'd like to share, would you? Well, I'll talk about the Sil'dihn Subterrane. Oh, that's right, he loves his stories. The Sil'dihn Subterrane? I'm passingly familiar with its history. And Mistress Momodi's client had you exploring this network of tunnels and aqueducts? Mm-hmm. Fascinating. By your description, this mysterious gate's floral motif sounds very much like a gerbera, or daisy as some prefer to call it. 2 different plants, man. Shallow Moore is our resident botanical expert, so I can only tell you what she's told me. The gerberas are a common sight in Ulda, having adapted to thrive in Thanalan's arid climate. I've also read that the royal house of Thorn had something of a special relationship with these blooms. And was it not during the Thorn dynasty that the Sil'dihn waterways were purged of zombies? What? We didn't see any of those down there. Curious, the Thorn's shadow flickers ever present at the edges of your tale. I understand you are not at liberty to tell me everything, but even the abridged account has been absolutely captivating. A sealed gate, the hidden paths which lie beyond, the kind of perilous locales a poor combatant such as myself would read about but never hope or wish to visit. Where am I? Deep beneath Ulda do mighty guardians dwell, but what have they been placed to protect? It practically bleeds intrigue. Yes, I'm ready to write my adventure epic, and it will be set in the dank passageways of the Sil'dihn Subterrane. But let me think a moment. Anything lurking in mouldy aqueducts for an extended length of time would surely deteriorate as rust or decay set in. Putting aside the question of how long they've been down there, is it not reasonable to expect the inhabitants were once far stronger? Oh, well, that's not a thought to be contemplated. Perhaps strong enough to challenge even the indomitable Shristari, eh? Ah, with you as my muse, this book will all but write itself. Oh, good. Can I not appear in it, though? Criterion Dungeon, another Sil'dihn Subterrane. Oh, really? It's available. Let's have a look at that. Okay, variant dungeons. All right, Criterion Dungeon. Okay, you can't add members. It looks like its party matching will be used to form 4 parties. You can also see variant dungeons. It will always ask you if you want to do it solo. You go enable party matching down here. Click that thing and then it will actually help you form a party. I did try to solo it. You saw that attempt. It didn't go any better on subsequent. Those monsters at the very end are really difficult. Maybe I'm just not high enough or just not a good enough player for it. But it is a challenge. I reckon that would be an ultimate solo challenge for those of you who are into those. So yeah, so there we go. So we've unlocked the dungeon finder. Even without party matching ticked, it's going to match you to a party. So we've now unlocked another Sil'dihn Subterrane, I think. Oh, wait, we get Sil'dihn silver out of this, really? We don't get it out of this? No. That reminds me, it was dumping a whole bunch of stuff in my backpack yesterday. I know, I'm not annoyed at it, I just didn't look and see what it was about. Okay, so we have, okay, surely someone collects these, a relic from the aqueducts of fallen Sil'dihn. An adioscope lamp. Huh, that's furnishing. There you go, guys. Those of you into housing and furnishing, you can get one of those. But you can get those from Adioscope, not from Sil'dihn. I didn't even know I'd picked that one up. Okay, these collectibles, I am going to have to just discard them. Because I cannot sell them. And I can always collect them again. So we will just discard those, get those out of the backpack. You would not believe the things I have discarded in the last... Actually, I won't discard those. In the last bit. Alright, so if I go key items and crystals, no, what about Control C? Because I picked up some weird stuff. The hunt, fates, other... I have started working on my crafter's scripts. The frustrating thing is you cannot use your gatherer to get purple script to spend on your crafting gear. You have to use your crafters, which when you need the gear to finish the script is very hard. Alright. Okay, I don't see where the diamond dust stuff is. Wondrous Tales, whoops. Right click, use. I've been using my second chances to move things down. I probably shouldn't be though. Key items and crystals, radio. Alright, what's that? I have obtained and registered the Livia Sas Junius card. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that unlocked that. What are we going to do now? We do have a few more things. Okay, deploy the core requires me to run a dungeon. I think, yep, enter Eden's Gate. Diabolical Bismarck. I need to confront Bismarck in the Limitless Blue Extreme. Ditto with Thok. The Realm of the Gods. I know, now I've got to go fight with some gods. Enter Aglaya. To rule the skies, the void arc, an unwanted truth. The fractal continuum hard. Rabanastra, of course. I need to do Rabanastra to unlock Bozja. Bozja. You know the ones I mean. On the threshold. Okay, the copied factory we can actually do. I'm going to pop that up to remind me. It'll irritate me. The Manic Pixie in the Dream Realm. Tierbeck. Okay, we need to go do that. That's so Andon. Yeah, that was a sheep. It dropped me a letter. And it was a crafting quest too. Okay. Akadaemia Anyder. Speak with the administrative clerk. Let's go get that one off our quest book. Hopefully. Oh my god. All of these quests I've picked up, I'm like, I can just, you know, unlock them and get to do them later. No, you actually have to run the dungeon to unlock everything and get rid of the quest. Oh boy. Let's go. So yeah, so we might as well. Am I underwater again? Why don't I remember this place? Oh, I know where I am now. It's okay. I vaguely know where I am now. This is the, yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go looking for these last little quest bits that I can't finish. Or that I haven't finished to a point where I need a dungeon. And we're going to go and have a quick chat with folk, and we're going to hope that the dead ends will pop for us. Hi. How may I help you? And this beast was like no other, you say. Judging by the description, it may very well be one of the new types of fauna being created by the researchers of the Akadaemia Anyder. As such, this matter is out of my purview. I suggest you take your claims to the Bureau of the Architect, or better yet, speak with the Academia Scholar directly. You will find the Akadaemia Anyder and its public offices to the south of this building. If this mysterious beast is one of their experiments, then they will surely have more information to offer you. All right, the ever-secretive Akadaemia Anyder. If I can just remember how to leave the building, that would be good. I have to admit, I am enjoying exploring some of the concepts. That is not the way to leave the building. Shut up. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm a wandering disaster. Oh, let's go. Why don't I stream, you ask? Because I have other constraints that prevent me. One of them being my internet, which gives me a lovely 5 to 10 minute lag. Which means that if I forget that and end my stream when I end it, then you guys lose the last 5 to 10 minutes. It also means I've got a really big lag in answering you, so I don't tend to, so I don't stream yet until the internet improves. Thinks about what it's done. Joys of country Australia living. I love this city. I need my map. Well, because I'm trying to find the entrance. Okay, so I've got to go this way. I'm going to have to do a bit of a loop. I probably could have gone... No, they both would have been as slow as the other. Alrighty, let's go. The only party currently recruiting matches your search criteria. You know what? I'm thinking if I can put dead ends in and maybe a couple of the other dungeon runs, we'll see how we go. I think we've got the best chance of earning tomestones if we run some lower level dungeons. Maybe. See, I've been waiting 15 minutes so far. It's not going to get any better this time of day. But maybe there'll be some voyagers who run some dungeons. I know we've had a whole lot of them over. It's been good and bad. Good because sometimes they jump into a dungeon finder and help out. Not so good when they clog up entire regions and you can't access them as a result. Yeah. All right, let's see how we go. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the public offices of the Akadaemia Anyder. The hollow halls of the Akadaemia itself are restricted to accredited scholars. Ah. My apologies. If I am not mistaken, your residency was arranged directly by Amit Selk himself. As such, you have been granted special dispensation to enter our prestigious institution. Might I ask what has prompted your visit with us today? Emmett Selk has such an evil sense of humor. I see. Yes, that particular creation is under our supervision. If you would like to confirm the beast's containment yourself, then might I suggest a tour of the grounds? Our head researcher is in residence and may be available to answer questions about the experiment you described. Your zeal for knowledge is impressive in one so young. I do implore you, however, to be careful inside the Academia, mind what you touch, and try not to distract the other researchers from their work. Finally, I must insist that you report to me on your return. It wouldn't do to lose track of our little visitor. This way, if you please. Oh, you want to make sure I've left. That's funny. Akadaemia Anyder, now accessible and in the duty finder. However, that is not the end of our quest. No. The end of the quest is in there, I bet. So we go down to here. Yep. Enter the Akadaemia Anyder. Alright, we're not going to abandon it because I want to unlock it properly. Cutting the cheese. Okay. What's that one about? Right, we have to access Smileton, right? Where no Laporet has gone before. Enter the Stigma Dreamscape. Mononoke Aware. Enter Mount Rockon. Okay, that's another one of our variant dungeons. I wonder if we can actually... I haven't worked... Oh, I know why. No, it should be in there, so let's open that. This is me figuring out how to make these work. Maybe it's down. So I don't see that one in the dungeon finder. Let me see if I can... Okay. The window features all the regarding dungeon entry as well as dungeon specific. The difficulty is automatically adjusted to provide a challenge for parties between 1 to 4 players. Enable party matching, yeah. Okay, these are variant actions which we looked at. Variant, upon completing a new entry will be added to the journal or expedition log associated with the dungeon. Where do I file logs, maybe? How do I find the logs? Simply open the VNC Dungeon Finder window, select the character portrait to browse the completed entries. Oh, okay, here we go. These. Oh, look at that. Alright, I will go through these more when I get there in my series, but oh my gosh. Have I been a captive to grief for so very long? Oh, that's her parents. So this is where we learn more about, oh, that is so good. So yes. 2, 3, So I ran it 6 times and we've unlocked 6 different stories, but we haven't unlocked the very first one. I haven't been recording my choices. Oh, do. What I'm trying to work out is how I can oh, okay, now here we go. Okay, so the location is Sil'dihn Subterrane, and then you go across to the next portrait, and that will give you Mount Rockon. Easy peasy. And there's your set actions. The set actions carry over, so you'll need to change them for each one. Alright, it's not as hard as it looks. So we did Mononoke Aware to as far as we could go. I think Stranger from Paradise. Ah, yes. The Gleaners have received an odd job with your name on it. Literally, the alchemist Pasasun, writing on behalf of the fisherman Matsya, has asked for help in extricating his friend from a spot of unspecified trouble. Shallow Moor informs you that the alchemist can likely be found at the Great Work, if and when you decide to answer his call to action. Alright, let's go and see if we can close this adventure. I don't think we can, but let's try it out. There it is there. Click on that. Click on that. Spend a monumental amount of gil getting there. So these are all my unfinished quests, and every one of them involves doing a dungeon that very few people do. Oh my gosh, but we'll get them done. It'll just take a bit of time. Where are we going? Up here. Those 3 dungeons can be accessed. You do an odd job quest with Osmon in Sil'dihn, and then you go and talk to Shallow. And then I'm just going to look at my map. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay. And then you there's no sharks in here, is there? I hope not. And then you just chase them down one at a time, and they'll unlock chapters. So I'm kind of looking forward to these variant dungeon things. That's the good thing about Moogle Treasure Trove, is it does make you look for things that you Did I just go right past him again? Oh, this place is a maze. That you wouldn't otherwise really try, or that maybe you've been putting off as you progressed. Alright. I don't even know if I'm... Alrighty. No, that is not the way. I know, I have not adventured enough in this area to know it well enough. That and I'm hopeless at reading maps today, clearly. Can I just bounce up onto this, or am I going to have to swim under it? Let's find out. Nope, bouncing up is fine. So yeah, so there are a number of things we can be doing while we wait. Alright, I am going to say that this dungeon's not going to pop. So what we're going to do... Let's go into duty. Let's go into Duty Finder. We're going to clear our selections. We'll withdraw out of that. Clear the selection. We're going to actually go dead ends because I do want to do it. I think the other one I wanted to do was the copied factory. And then I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what we can do? We just clear the selection and we'll run a leveling dungeon as a tank. I mean, tanks are needed, I suppose, but I don't know half these dungeons as well enough. Why don't I zip-de-do that into my monk class? And we'll just go leveling. Did that take out most of what I wanted to do? I don't know. Let's find out. No, we still can do some of these. Oh, no, we can't. Okay, hang on a minute. So yes, if you're in a lower level, it's going to be awkward. Alright, I have a 92 Paladin. Monk, I'm familiar enough with. Dragoon, I could probably pick up again. Bard. So Monk is 64, Dragoon is 71. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to have to put my big girl panties on and play as a Paladin. It'll be fine. Sigh. I know, I'm nervous because I don't know if I can do a really super good job at it, and that's pretty much what my problem is. I'm just trying to work out how to get to it. Oh, it does help if you actually register for the duty. Right. Only one way to learn. Okay, let's have a look and see what I'm doing wrong. Pretty sure I've got to go up there. That's what I was doing wrong, running up the wrong path. Here we are. Excellent. Took me long enough. Oh, this land is so much nicer now we fix things. Oh no, I live in my mini-map. Can I go in there? No. See, and now the arrow is irritatingly pointing down. Inside the... Why have I got a down? Alright, let me just grab my quest again. Clearly I'm missing something. At the Great Work. So literally he should be inside that big building there that we first went into. Can I jump down off that? Ow. Yes, but it's not a good idea. No. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh, wait a minute. That big building there may be. Or possibly this big building right here. Nope, I can't get in there. Ow. Aha. Right, round the back. Oh my god. Alright, so we were in the right spot. We just had to go round the building. Like I said, I don't know this area very well. Up the bridge, up the path, and into here. 9 times out of 10, if I can't find something, I am making a mistake. Hi! Oh, you must be Shustari. Have the Gleaners sent you here? Very good. You've no idea how relieved I am that you've come. And, as you may have guessed, I am Pasasun. I work as an alchemist here at the Great Work, and Matsya is one of my oldest and dearest friends. His is a problem which has proven quite difficult to unravel. Nevertheless, he's loath to ask you for help. And so I took it upon myself to reach out to you without his knowledge. For both his sake and the sake of the little one fate has brought into our lives. Ah, he'll be along soon to sell his most recent catch, which should prove the perfect opportunity to convince him that we require your aid. We'll be sure to catch his attention if we wait outside. Follow me, Shustari. Huh, alright. Is that Shustari? Why, I didn't know you and Pasasun were acquainted. Oh. Master Matsya, who is this mighty hunter? Her arms are thick, mighty roots, unlike Pasasun's limp seaweed limbs which shrivel in the sun. The bird? Right? I know, right? Don't say anything near the bird. I would have you know that I am an alchemist by trade. I work with my mind, not my body. And need I remind you it was my knowledge which allowed me to nurse you back to health? Surely a little respect isn't too much to ask. What's with the bird? By the look on your face, I take it you understood Calica's commentary. This is the little one I mentioned to you before. In spite of his, forthright nature, Matsya and I have become quite taken with him. I apologize for contacting Shristari without consulting you beforehand. I know you didn't want to burden her with these troubles, but I'm afraid I see no other recourse. Oh, it's all right, Matsya. Well, since you've come all this way, I suppose it would be foolish of me not to tell you everything. That is, of course, if you would like to hear it. Very well. Several days ago, I found this tiny bird on the shore, breathing faintly and unconscious. Pasasun and I took him in and watched over him day and night, unsure if he would ever awake. For a mercy he did, and then, to our surprise, he spoke. Go to the southern isles. What isles are these, you may wonder? Calica, would you explain? Certainly, Master Matsya. Your wish is my command. The South Sea Isles, I believe your kind call them. Remote and mysterious, 'tis said. I hail from there, from one in the west by the name of Tulliyollal. It was home to a people thousands of years ago, of whom now no trace remains, save for a grand shrine and the great statue of the speaker enshrined within. And guys, we're going to have to cut that short. All right, oh my god, okay, tank stance. Let's go, let's find something to irritate. Oops, let's wait till the cutscene is finished viewing, because that would be mean to run off without them, and besides we need them. And it's this one, and I've got to remember what I can and can't use. Okay, are we good? Not yet. Wait till the viewing cutscene is done. Day 9 of Sastasha. What are you doing, you crazy person? Alright, now I don't know what my people are capable of. Ah, what's that doing? Just make sure none of them getting hurt. So I'm watching their stat boxes as well. Alright, we're going to take a stand here. Let our people catch up. Who is getting hurt, and can the healer please heal them? I left the healer behind. I am so sorry. Okay, I need to go slower. Oh, whoa. Oh, I don't have my healing. Alright, definitely don't pull so hard because my healer's not. I don't know if they should be. Oh no, they might be running a new scholar. Alright, bring them down this way. We're going to take these on. I don't know why my okay, it's one of these runs. New tank, guys. Oh no. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Oh. Alright, I've got one of these groups which are really looks like they want to do a speed run. Let's give them what they want. What's that doing? Alright, but I am not pulling any more than that. Maybe? She says, promptly pulling more than... Oh, for God's sake. I'm keyboarding and mousing, and today my keyboarding is leaving a lot to be desired. Oh, no, come back. See, clearly I am not stancing enough. My stance is up. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Let's just smack them with the shield a couple of times. Ah, we don't want to go that way. We do want... No, I'm lost. Sorry, tank is lost. Alrighty, how many of you are dying? No, they're doing alright, aren't they? Okay, let's bring it up here. I'm going to stand here and let them hit buttons. If they've been doing Sastasha all night and they said so in the chat, then we're going to assume they know exactly what they're doing. Okay, I should probably put some shielding up though. Shift 9. Excuse me. Come here. Why is it not... Oh. Come here. I know. What am I... Crazy. Clearly I have a very powerful set of DPS there. Let's go for a run. Alright, they want a fast run. Hopefully they can keep me alive. That would be nice. Are they chasing me? Yep. Iron Will. What's I... Huh? Oh, crumbs. My thing is down again. I know, I must have hit it. I would apologise, but I don't actually have enough space. Take out the shallow-tailed reavers first. I know, I'm not doing so well today. That's okay. Let's go. Oop, I have good set of DPS, look at that. Alrighty. Oh boy, yeah. Now this one can be a bit tough. I need to find my target. I need to smack it with my shield. We need to hope these guys can keep up. Alright. I'm going to take a stand here. I'm going to use that because that's kind of handy. I'm just going to use a lot of these attacks until we get them done. Alrighty. Yeah. Shield that one. They should both come after me. Bring them back over here. I don't know that skill yet. Ah, my bad. You guys are opening the door, aren't you? And you're going to bring me that... Yeah, okay. We've got this. That's okay. I think they figure I can handle it. Oh god, I hope I can live up to their expectations. Okay, I don't need to worry so much. I have a really, really good bunch of DPS. Alright. Man. Alrighty. So this one, I want these guys over here. I don't have everyone's attention. What? Get over here. Alright, now he is going to start calling his dogs any minute. I know, it's... I'm so used to playing with my higher level skills that... Alright, I'm going to bring these guys up here. There we go. Not that I had to worry about it because these guys are really good. Alright, let's go. So I am learning tanking. Which is... Alright, is everyone... No, they're getting mulched. Let's get back here. Come on, guys. We'll do it here. Oh my god. What's my health doing? Alright, I'm going to use potion. That's my last one, guys. We got this. Alrighty, let's go. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a healer that's going to need to view the cutscene. Oh, Dragoon, sorry. That will need to view the cutscene. No, there's a reason I'm waiting. We're waiting for the Dragoon. So part of what you do as a tank is you just make sure that the turn him around. Alrighty, and just use our rotations on this one. Use our shielding to keep our healer from getting too mad at us. I know, you go for some of the things that you're used to having, and they're not there. It really throws you. There we go. Nicely done. Player commendation. I think my healer was wonderful for keeping me on my feet. We thank the party if they're still here when I get back into party. Alrighty. And okay, you probably won't notice because I've covered the chat box, but we actually have the challenge log entry almost complete as well. Alrighty. Okay, looking into our challenge log. We have, I know, we're going to have to go back into our dungeon finder again. Battles. We need to complete 2 more dungeons. No, 1 more dungeon via duty roulette. There we go, let's do that. What are we supposed to do? Head for there. Where is he? Because sometimes you don't have to run all the way. Not Mononoke aware, not cutting the cheese. Let's just find the quest we're after and... Okay, stranger from paradise. Find them on the map. We're going to go into Yedelmand rather than Joggle there. I know, I do find it hard to tank, and especially at a lower level now. It's good, but I think I need to do more of it just to get better at it. Let's go. It's a learning curve. Alright, I'm lost. Yeah, we need to go this way. Alright, now we're heading into the right area. This is one of the dungeons that we need to do. I know I've unlocked it, I haven't been able to do it yet. Level 92. Alright. There's a lot of quests in here which I've left for my other classes to come up after me with. Pasasun. There you are. Did you spy the commotion on your way here? No. It seems a trio of masked scoundrels absconded with one of the smaller ships. The radiant host is attempting to track them down, but the sea is vast and the thieves long gone. Let us give thanks they did not choose our vessel. Ah, yes. Matsuya wanted me to tell you that he has returned to Akadaemia to wrap up some loose ends with his work while you make ready to depart. Now that you've arrived, I shall send word. Calica and I may be staying behind, but that doesn't mean we can't make ourselves useful. We've given the skipper directions to Tulliyollal Island, and she is confident she can deliver you there without issue. The rest depends on you, my friend. Variant Dungeon, Tulliyollal Island, and now available. So if I talk to the Yedlamad skipper... Okay, I think this just gives me entrance. Yeah, it just gives me entrance to that. Alright, my goodness. There we are. Okay. Alright, what are we doing? So this is for the Moogle treasure trove hunt. I think we might need to go and spend some tomestones while we're here. Let's see what else is on that list of goodies that we can acquire. We've done the big ticket items, I think, so let's just go into duty. Oh no, I don't particularly feel like tanking today, which is part of the problem. I might just drop myself down to a lower level class, the one that I'm bringing up, and we might just cruise along and do some lower level duties. I mean, I could specify, so if I go take that out, go into here. Okay, we can't do any of those because they are all Endwalker and too high a level. Doesn't leave us a lot at these low levels, does it? Okay, so Porta Decumana we could do. I'm not level 83, we can't do that either. Oh, hang on. Alright, so we can do Cutter's Cry, we can do Zamael Darkhold, Castrum Meridianum, Varus Sirius. So all of those are there, we could do those. I know, I'm looking forward to the next weekly thing. They're worth tomestones. Actually, that reminds me, I do have tomestones I need to spend. Sigh. So we've done the Praetorium. We've done Castrum Meridianum. Or is that just I can do those? Okay. Oh, wait. No, where's one I haven't done? I think I did Amdapor the other day. I haven't done Amdapor? Okay, see, now I'm curious as to what this tick means in the corner. Duty status. Yeah, registration, duty finder. What next? No. I know, I just want to know what the green tick means. Unless it just means it's part of the activity. No, because that one isn't and it has one. Does it mean it's part of Zoe's Wondrous Tales, perhaps? Let us have a look. Okay. Alright, so I've completed that duty. My chances of completing Dunscaith or any of the others. Let's just close that one. Tales of Daring Do Bad and Good. That was an achievement. We're going to second chance it. We're going to retry 1 point. We're going to grab this one. And we are going to move it. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is these ones I can mostly guarantee myself doing, and these ones down here I can't. So 9 of these I can actually move this to with my second chance. Binding Coil of Bahamut, the Striking Tree Extreme, Akfar Amphitheatre Extreme, the Fist of the Father, Ultimus Bane, the Minstrel's Ballad, Thornton's Reign, the Minstrel's Ballad. Complete a duty in the following category. Deep Dungeon. We could probably do that. And participate in Frontline. We could probably nail down those two. Alright. 4 out of 9. Yeah, I'm not so good at that. Alrighty, I'm going to untick that. I'm just trying to work out what these mean. Brave Locks. Halatali. I don't think I've done Halatali hard. I've done Amdapor. Hullbreaker, Stone Vigil, Snowcloak. I think this just means I've done the dungeon once. Keeper of the Lake. Alright, well let's... I don't remember Neverreap. I may have done it, I just don't remember it. I know, I'm trying to puzzle this one out. Okay, I think it does mean exactly that. If I've run it before, and whether or not I remember running it before, then it has a tick. And if I haven't run it before, then it doesn't have a tick. Which means if I'm after like bonus tomestones and I'm planning a run, then I guess I can use whether or not a dungeon's got a tick to whether or not I should run it and what class with. So I haven't done Akadaemia, and okay, that's what that tick is. So, alright, let's head on up to, now that I've undone my last quest, and I can't finish any of them because I've got to run the dungeon for it. What am I going to do now? I know. Let's have a look into our challenge log. Our challenge log says we need to do a couple more duties. I don't feel like running as a paladin, so I'm going to run them as a monk. I know, we'll get there. Duty finder, duty roulette. We've done leveling, right? Yep, reward already received. Trials. I have a feeling that let's just join as DPS. What do you mean no? Oh, ticket. There you go. I have a feeling that that my tomestones are full. Yeah, my tomestones are full. What am I going to do now? I better go spend them. All right, back to, where am I returning to? Limsa. Let's go. We might try and do one of the palace duties out of the Tales of Wonder as well. We'll just see. I'll see if it's in my challenge log as well. So this is basically when you're waiting for a match. You can do a bunch of stuff. We haven't spent our irregular tomestones either. I should probably do that. What I'm here for is to spend at the Sundry Splendors. What can I spend that's not... Okay, so I can get... Oh no, okay, those are scripts. Combat supplies. Oh wait, I'm out of healing potions. Alright. Arms materials. What's that do? I'm sure those are really useful, but I don't know what to use them for. Miscellany. Oh, a wide-eyed fawn. I have that one. I have a dust bunny. Yes. I have a... Oh, I don't have a fledgling dodo. Let's buy one of those. Did I buy the orchestrion roll? No? Well, we'll pick up that one then. I know, I'm just trying to bring my tomestones down so I can actually earn them. Let me just make sure I register those things. Where'd they go? Up here. Use. Alright, be like that. Use that one. This way I can actually track what I bought or not. And we'll use that one. So we're going to move some of our collections out of the way. Talk to this nice lady again. Combat supplies. Special arms, miscellany. Alright. And it's got a little tick next to it if I have registered it, so that's nice too. I can't buy it by mistake. I'm going to say I don't have that one either. Now, if you're wondering why I'm being so cavalier with my tomestones, when normally I'm screaming to have some, I can't trade them for crafting gear, which is annoying. Ooh, materia. Okay, these are X. Yeah, I need 4. Okay, that's interesting. In exchange for a cracked antho cluster. Okay, so I need to have cracked clusters for that. Alrighty. Huh, alright. Sorry, this is an education. I haven't been through here. And then you go into script, which I can't use. What I was hoping for. I better go and find it then. Alright, well, we've reduced our our tomestones down to where we can use them again. I need to go give that to one of my retainers because I need to get to the level to craft it, but now I have it. So I will have to remember that. I get to this level and it actually gets to be quite... Working out what you want to do next is interesting. Man, you guys have been selling stuff. You've prepared a formal report. Actually, we are doing venture reports at the moment too. Let's reassign him straight back out. This is a 1 hour long venture. I'm just going to entrust a withdrawal. We'll entrust any duplicates we have. Close that. And I want to... Now, is this the guy with the orchestrion rolls in? Yes, he is. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so the reason I'm being so cavalier with my tomestones, we'll just send this young fella out on another mission. Alright, achievement unlocked, can't someone else do it? Is not what we're after. And then we'll quit out of that. So basically, in our challenge log, we have retainers. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to send them out on 10 ventures. Actually, we're trying to send them out on 15 ventures because it's worth 5 grand for that, and it will give us another 2 completions in our log, which will get us closer to up for challenge 3 and the rest of them. All right, gold saucer. We've done what we can, but we haven't done any more gates. So let's go and see if we can do a gate, because a gate is actually part of our Moogle treasure trove hunt as well. So we'll get into that. The average waiting time for a random is 13 minutes, but that doesn't mean it won't pop soon. I've just got to remember what class I am, and maybe start to work on my scholar a bit more. What am I doing? We are going up to Ulda. Teleport to Gold Saucer, where we're looking for a gate. Both for our challenge log and for our Moogle treasure trove hunt. Alright. First things first, into our map. That's not my map. I know my keyboard is there is nothing on, is there? Look at that. Dead as a dodo. Well, fine then. What else is in my challenge log? Fates and Lev quests. Battles where we're still waiting for our battle, so we can finish these 2. Fates, PvP, yep. Well, I guess we can go hunting for Fates. What level are we again? Because the other thing we can do at the same time... Oh no, if I do that I'm going to die again. Oh, we do need to visit the island. Not to do collecting, please don't dread that. What we need to do is ship off some handicrafts and maybe book some more. Maybe I'll have to do some more collecting, and maybe see if the things we built yesterday actually grew. Where is Morabi Dry Docks? There it is. I know, we'll get there eventually. It's just when you're doing the Moogle treasure trove, set aside a little bit of time to do the activities, and if you don't have the time, then just do what you can. Don't let it pressure you too much. So yeah, just do what you can, and do the other activities that you can do around it, so that you're not... It always gets me. So that you're not stuck. My goodness, been a long episode. We've been waiting an hour to get one duty finder match in, so I might finish up on the island. But yeah, Moogle treasure trove. It can be a lot of fun. Do it at a time of day when people are on, a lot more on. So I would say Australian Eastern Time from about 1:30 things start to pick up, through to about 10:30 at night. and then you've got a good chance of actually having your dungeon roulettes and everything work. This time of the day, it's about 6:30 now. Like I said, on a weekday, most people are getting ready for work. So we will finish up on our island. Get this bit done. I know, we're slowly leveling it. It's getting there. Construction complete. We will finish this one as well. Might as well. These took 11 to 12 hours to complete. I have slept. So that was worth 1,475 island points. You might be asking why I don't record later in the day when those times are on, and that's because it's a busy time in my household. So the background noise is fairly persistent. So I don't have a lot of luck recording unimpeded at those times. Just the way it is. Okay, our landmark 2 logboard. What did we build? We built a treehouse in the... Oh, wow. We did build a treehouse. Look at that thing. There we go. All right. So, one last look at our Mogpendium before we go. That way we can plan what we're going to do next. The construction here is complete. Right. Actually, I'm going to zip back to Limsa. We'll just pay for our passage. It'll be fine. Alrighty, it does indeed look like we're not going to have too much luck this morning. It is the middle of the week, like it's Wednesday. And as you can see, it is incredibly quiet. It was quite busy later last night. Quite a few people on after work. Alright, I'm going to close that so it doesn't interrupt us while we're shopping. Enter duty finder. Close that. Withdraw from our duty. There we go. Now we can't be late for anything. We're going to exchange some irregular tomestones. Newest irregular tomestone exchange. Alright, we could get a demon brick earring if we wanted to. I would rather get, what's that? A ruby guiber trumpet. It beckons a ruby guiber from its refuge. For 50. Or we could wind the frog with an iron frog mover in an ignition key. There's a new hairstyle in here if you're into those. If it could, it would summon an equally adorable... summon forth an army of equally adorable undead. Right, so there are a few things we can aim at here. Machinist barding for our budgie at 30. Once we do this, we're not going to afford that until we do another thing. Pastoral Dot Parasol MGP Platinum card, which will give us money. A Drake Horn summons your cavalry drake trained by the Brotherhood of Ash. Direwolf. I am so tempted, but what we'll do, alright, seeing as we've got 78 tomestones and that may not happen again, I'm going to get a ruby guiber, whatever that is. We'll exchange that. And then we're going to go down our list to the 20s and see what else we can buy, because we have 28 left. A wooden bin for your right, tabletop Ilmeg garden panels. So these are all furnishings. They look pretty cute, but I don't have a place to put them. We could wind the kobold. Let's do that. Let's grab a kobold. Alrighty. Now, these are all sorts of top of fending, level 480 gear. I think my paladin's already wearing level 480 gear. Okay, so these are all bits of gear you could buy for 15. So if you're looking for gear, Moogle Tomestones is a good way to do it. Moonfire Vest is nice costuming. You can also get trunks, halter, and a tanga. There's not much of that, is there? Seemingly special Time Worn map. So these are particularly valuable time-worn maps if you are chasing maps. I don't know what these writing maps and things do, and I'm very tempted. Let's just see what we've got here. So we've already got the unknown card. Okay, so what I might do is I might just try and be semi-sensible and pick up a Gibberlant card. Unobtained and unregistered. Let's grab that thing. We'll exchange that, and that will be my shopping done for the day. Alright, tomestones. When we next come on, you probably won't see this part, and I will do a little bit of this with Rosalor during our regular episodes, which should be coming back next week. So if this is still on when I record those, you'll see those. So let's go collection, Mogpendium. One of the other ways you can do things is have a look at what your rewards are down here, and you can organize, because they increase the harder the dungeon, of course. You can organize your day around whether or not you want to do that. So the copied factory looks like it gives you 8 tomestones per run. That'd be pretty good. And then these are variable. We also have fishing, so we have ocean fishing. I've missed the cutoff again for that, so that's okay. I'll probably pick it up a little bit later in the day. And we have the gates, which can give you 1 to 10 depending on what your reward is from the gate. So guys, that is the 2025 Moogle Treasure Trove, the Hunt for Allegory, where you earn your tomestones of Allegory. Don't forget to check in on your Ultimog challenge. We went at the beginning of this episode how to unlock that. Mini Mog challenges, one of these once per week. They change weekly. Weekly objectives. This will vary from player to player. These tend to stay the same. And they're worth the higher level of tomestones. Okay. And your standard objectives, which you can do over and over again. Fishing is good for all levels. Just and your gear won't sort of. It's useful to have better gear when you get it, but you can upgrade it with the purple scripts you'll get from fishing. There you go. And on that note, I am going to leave you. If you enjoyed learning a little bit about the Moogle Treasure Trove Hunt, the Hunt for Allegory 2025, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. If there's anything you want to see covered, maybe as a one-off, because like I said, I don't bring Shristari out very often into the videos. She tends to be the one I play behind the scenes to learn. But please hit that like button. Please mention things in the comments that you'd like to see, and I will bid you adieu. Take care out there.